What's up, my people? Raw Facts TV. It's your boy T's back at you, bringing that heat once again. What a good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Blissful morning. Sun's bright. Everything's all right. Funny thing, I was talking to my friend the other day, and we was just talking about relationships and how people are so unhealed but don't want to be alone, right? They need somebody. They need a supply, and how they carry and still live in the past and expect the promising future. First of all, if you have a person that's constantly living in the past, they're not healed. They're still hurt. And they carry baggage from one relationship to the next. These type of people you just truly can't grow with. You can't build with. You can't really do nothing with until they heal themselves. And it's sad to say, because you invested in that person, but everything they argue about or talk about is something of the past. Something of the past. So they stuck in this era of stagnation. They refuse to grow. And if they refuse to grow, they refuse to listen. And if they refuse to listen, they refuse to be led, which ultimately turns them into a liability for whoever deals with them. That's like hanging around somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't trust them. Now, who wants to be around anybody that you can't trust? And I ask myself all the time, it's like, it's a lot of damaged people out here. It's fucked up. And instead of them being alone trying to work on themselves and fix themselves, they'll get with somebody and take them through all the bullshit that they're going through. See, when you get a certain age in life and you done seen all the bullshit and dealt with all the bullshit, it's new to that person. But you're not about to do a rewrite over some shit you already graduated from. So the games and shit that they play and the things that they do, you done already been there, done that. You saw that. So why would you want to be in a relationship with someone to repeat the same shit that you already been through? That's why it's so easy for you to recognize the signs. See, I'm like this. Come real, be healed. And it's fucked up. And I was talking to my homeboy, one of my coworkers, and he made a good point. It's a lot of damaged, broken females out here that has been molested, raped, or some kind of trauma that they've been through and never really got the healing or the therapy that they needed, but steadily trying to give themselves to somebody in a relationship. So when he mentioned that, when we was talking about it, I had thought back in my relationships, like my past 3 relationships. Every woman I've been with has endured some type of trauma as far as sexually. Like, and I ain't noticed that until he brought it up. And I'm like, wow, because some people don't want to talk about it. They try to sweep it under the rug. They try to suppress them feelings. But when I had to do when we was talking about it, when I had to do a self-check and reflect, I was like, damn, that is true. the last 3 women that I've been in relationships with was somehow raped or got molested or touched or something, or whatever the case may be. It was always something to that nature. And they felt comfortable in telling me that as the relationship went on, of course, not in the beginning. And it made me think. It was like, wow. So when shit don't go right, it's and you as a man trying to do everything you can to be there for the person you love, and you like, damn, this person never got the healing or the therapy they need to be whole, to be fulfilled, to give you what you need as a man. It's not their fault what happened to them. Not at all. But the thing about it is like, it's numerous of women who's been doing this, who's been going through this. And normally it happens because most of the time, children are raised in a single parent household where the mother has to work to provide for their children, and they are left in the company of care of someone that they thought they can trust. Everybody always got that play uncle, that you know what I'm saying, or cousin or semi-friend to the family that's around and fucking with these kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and they suppress that feelings from childhood, teenagers, whatever. And they suppress that feelings without really dealing with it. And they harbor it, and it resurfaces once they try to get into relationships and wonder why they can't love correctly or accept or be reciprocating the love that they get. Because there's always something in their head. Sometimes they don't think they feel worthy of it. It's sad, but it's true, and it's happening. And then sometimes when they even go to the mother to explain to them what happened, the mother don't believe them. The father's not there. The mother don't believe them. Who they turn to? So they internalize all this pain. So when they're searching for love in all the wrong places, then you meet them. And you trying to cater and comfort them in every way you can, and it just seems like no matter what you do, it's never enough, or they're never satisfied. And you know you're doing everything in your power possibly to love, but it's hard loving people through their past pain. Because in some instances, they don't have the ability to self-heal. They need the help. They need the therapy. They need to learn to live and let go. But they can't because their past is steadily haunting them. Because they haven't learned how to deal with it and process it correctly. And it's something that they can't do by themselves. And I get it. I mean, we as black people, we don't have that $100 an hour to go to therapy to try to work on some things. We don't. That money going on the bill. So what do? We drink, we smoke, we self-medicate. But the problem's still there. And another thing is, like, without the therapy, you have no alternative or no other choice but to go to God. That therapy session is free, baby. That's why it's very important when you're dealing with people and trying to be in relationships You have to be on the same one accord. You have to be spiritually grounded. Because when you're spiritually grounded, I know my role, you know your role, we blend together, we know what's expected of each other. Then it won't be no combating of a power trip or who's in charge or who's this or who's that, because the woman is not using no masculine energy because she know her role. A woman's supposed to bask in her feminine energy. That's the greatest turn on for a man, is a woman basking in her feminine energy. It heightens his masculinity. But when a woman is giving off masculine energy, it triggers a man in a different way as combative. Now he's in combat mode. That switch is automatically flipped because you're coming at him like a man. His spidey senses is going to reconstruct and come back at you like a man. The more feminine you are with him, the way you use your words, the things of that nature, it's going to bring out the more masculine part of him to make him even love you even more. And the funny thing about it is, I hear women say that shit all the time. Well, he got to what she say? Like, he got to bring out my feminine energy and all this. And that's bullshit. You don't never hear a man saying, well, if she do this and this, I get out my feminine energy and then I act masculine. So why do y'all do that shit? We don't have no feminine energy. We are fucking men. We have a softer side. We have a nurturing side just like a woman. But the truth of the matter is, we know who we are supposed to be. But sometimes it seems like y'all don't. But my thing is, before you move on with anybody else, know yourself in and out. That's the only way a true relationship is going to work. And you got to be real with yourself. Learn how to communicate. And not just communicate, learn how to comprehend the communication. See, everybody always talking about communication is the key. No, comprehending and understanding the communication is the key. Because I could tell you the same shit all day. If you ain't taking in what I'm saying, me communicating it to you does nothing if you don't understand what I'm saying. So no, it's not about just communication, it's about comprehending. And I think when people put their heart on their sleeve and just put everything out on the table, yes, take that into consideration. A person is showing you who they are. Believe them. Now, I know everybody got skeletons in their closet, and I know everybody got information they withholding from their partner that they just simply don't want it. They're going to take to the grave with them. That's fine. But if it's something that's going to affect the relationship and how we dealing with one another, let's be adults and talk about it. That way you give the other person the option to either move forward or move on. Funny thing is, people don't mind wasting people's time. And I have a real problem with that shit. If you know it ain't working, okay. Do you, by all means. Don't string me along playing games when you know you really don't want this. But a lot of people are selfish to the point where they really don't want you, but they don't want nobody else to have you too. Now that's some crazy shit I dealt with years ago. You don't want me, but you don't want nobody else to have me. That's the most selfish shit in the world. Watching the news today, sadly, because I watch the news every morning, right? 46-year-old man, murder-suicide. I don't know what it was that led to it, but it's crazy. And, you know, because he shot her and then he shot himself. Listen, people, I can love you and you can love me, but I don't want you to love me to death. I'm serious, man. Don't love me to death. Love me, leave me alone, let me go on, let me leave. But again, it goes back to the self-esteem of that person. If I can't have you, nobody can. That's the most craziest, selfish shit in the world. And mental health is real, people. It's very real. We have to take this serious. Some people are not meant to be together. Some people are not meant to be with nobody because their mental is just totally not there. And their definition of a relationship and what it's supposed to be is totally fairy tales. It's fantasized. And as I've spoken to you on the hookup culture video, that's the problem with today's society. Everybody want to hook up. Everybody want to do what stimulates them. There's no work ethic in the relationship because nothing is being built. Everybody's just having fun. And we all know life is not just about fun. It's a work-life balance, work-fun balance. You got to have balance. Just as much fun you want to have, you got to put that same energy into building something concrete that's going to sustain the test of time. And if you're not willing to do that, you're not really ready to be in a relationship. You need to just be by yourself and work on you. And that way you can pick and choose to have the fun when you want to have the fun. Because if you get in a relationship expecting somebody to make you happy, you're not ready for a relationship. Mental health is real. It's a lot of abused people out here, men and women, not just women, men too. You got situations like Antoine Fisher, you know what I'm saying? But men are not going to speak on it. Men are not going to come out and say nothing because a lot of men are embarrassed to say that they've been molested or touched by older women or whatever the case may be. It's a double standard. It's a double-edged sword for us. But a lot of women don't say nothing in fear because of the threats that's made by the abuser. So both parties don't come out and really speak about the truth. But when you're able to put everything out on the table in front and a person can assess your behavior better once they know the truth. Once they know the underlying and hidden truth, they can swallow it better and understand maybe some of your actions or why your attitude like this or the way your mind frame or why you think like this or why you do this or why you do that. It will make them see the reasons for your behavior or the reasons for your actions and things of that nature. It's a lot of things that people need to discuss and got to be real with themselves before they can move on or be involved with anyone else. Because if not, everything you touch is going to turn to shit. It's going to be self-sabotage because you're living in the past and you got unhealed trauma that you haven't processed correctly. It's not hard to be in a successful relationship, people. It's not hard at all. But you cannot have a fight within yourself or a tug of war between yourself and then want to be with somebody else. You have to fix this first before you can successfully be in a coexisting relationship with someone who has the intelligence and the mental capacity to compartmentalize certain things to make the relationship a success. A man is going to try. We are naturally problem solvers. Any problem a woman bring a man, he automatically is trying to find ways to fix it. If he cares for her, if he loves her. He's trying to find ways to fix it. If not, he has another agenda. He there for the sex, the food, or just because he just simply have nowhere else to go, or whatever the case may be. But when a man cares for a woman, he's automatically trying to fix whatever problem she has. And sometimes he can't even be the man he's designed to be because some women so independent. I don't need you doing nothing for me. I don't need you. So, okay, fine. Then when he don't do nothing, oh, you don't do shit. Yeah, you just told me you don't need. So it depends on the woman. But I want you guys to understand, please, be single till you ready. Stop wasting people's time. If you know you got underlying trauma issues and things you need to deal with it. And then you won't be having so many fucked up relationships. This your boy Tease. I'm just kicking raw facts. Peace.